Persona 5 X Fortnite has officially been announced with a brand new look at the Persona Joker outfit coming to the game. Of course, in today's YouTube video, I'll be showing you a full glimpse of that as well as a brand new POI, some changes that they might be making to the sprite menu, potentially releasing one last sprite in the final week of the season, and more. So without further ado, let's just dive into it by firstly talking about Joker. Now, we got a brand new teaser this morning from Atlas West, which actually has, the typical teaser stuff, all the little hacking, glitch effect stuff or whatever else, but as you can see right there, we got a glimpse at the Joker outfit. Now, if we go ahead and pause through here, most of that stuff is the normal same thing, but we can see right here that it mentions Take Your Heart as the lobby hack, which is kind of what they've been doing for all these teasers. They have different lobby hacks. Tetris actually had 2 lobby hacks, which was interesting, but this isn't just any Persona 5 collaboration. It's specifically with Persona 5 Royal. The reason why I mentioned that, pointed out, is because there are a few different versions of Persona 5. Technically, there's like Persona 5 The Phantom X, there's Tactica, there's Strikers, there's Royal, and of course there's more versions of Persona out there, and this one is specifically for that Royal version. Now, if we go ahead and go through here, we get another glimpse of the outfit. This time you can see it with like a more of a full body aesthetic. However, the camera does kind of pan out here, so here it is. You can see the full design of it. It looks like it's always going to kind of have this red shading effect to it, which makes sense because we've kind of seen them do that with a few different skins, especially like the John Wick dog from this season. I don't know if the John Wick skin this season does it. I can check in the background while it's kind of like paused right there. Yeah, actually it does, but it kind of has a unique kind of shading style with the lighting, where John Wick kind of had a pink. This one has like a red shading to it. And then of course, as we go here, we get a glimpse of the up close version of kind of like the face model or whatever else. Honestly, it looks super sick, and I hope it's a part of the battle pass. The reason why I say I hope is because in all of the teasers so far, they've always mentioned that Chapter 7 Season 4 Override starts on August 20th. However, this one didn't mention a specific start date, so it's most likely going to be in the battle pass, but it could somehow be something that's just kind of like item shop related. And then in the background, we kind of got this weird futuristic, like building, POI, whatever you want to call it. It reminds me of when we had like the aliens on the island, back when there was like the aliens, the UFO and all that, and then you had the Imagined Order. And considering the fact that there's going to be more teasers later down the line for something called the Perfected Order, I wouldn't be surprised if for some reason that old alien tech somehow gets used by Jinno and the Imagined Order and stuff, because it just kind of feels like it matches that vibe. Now, I don't think this POI is specifically related to Persona. However, it could potentially be related to Persona. I haven't actually played Persona 5 Royal. I played a little bit of like Persona 3 and I think Persona 4, but I still need to get around to this game eventually. But it still is a cool little glimpse of what they're actually doing there. And it's exciting to see that we basically get our first glimpse at any cosmetic outfit in the battle pass, because if you look at all the teasers, the Sonic teaser was not a battle pass outfit, it was just a mythic. The 99 Nights in the Forest was like a boss NPC thing or whatever else. When it came over to the teaser we just got yesterday with Tetris, it was a POI and a mythic weapon. So this has been our first glimpse at an actual outfit coming with the next season. As you can see right here with John Wick, kind of has a similar shading effect here, so this is probably how you can expect the Joker shading effect to be, except with more of like a red instead of like that pink on the side. Now, for our next topic, however, we actually got an update right when I was about to record this part, and it relates to what's going to be happening next week leading up past the live event in terms of sprites and everything, and we have the infographic on screen right now. You can see the exact same day that we're actually getting the Unstable Story moment. It'll be leading right into Mythic Hours that Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so you'll be able to find a lot more Grim and 0 Point sprites. The day after that, on the 16th, will be Galaxy Hours all day. After that, on the 17th, will be Hollow Foil Hours all day. On the 18th, we have Cube Hours all day, and then on the 19th, we have Gym Hours all day. And then the 20th is going to be the Chapter 7 Season 4 launch of Override. Now, every single day from the 16th to the 19th, we will also have some unique benefits being enabled, such as Daily Lucky Locators, which guarantees a sprite you don't already have, Campfires giving you double sprite XP progress, whatever you want to call it, double sprite XP just kind of being enabled anyway, so you can kind of like quadruple it, have 4x on every sprite or whatever, and any sprite in the game you want to go ahead and get, you won't need to spend sprite dust. So even if you have maxed out 200,000 sprite dust, you could go in the game with like the most expensive sprites out there, which I'm not really for sure which ones would be super expensive. I think probably like Jim Grim or something. You could go in the game with this sprite. If you get eliminated and it drops and goes to someone else, it doesn't matter. You can just spawn another one in at no extra cost to you. You literally just kind of hop in the game, use it. If you lose it, you can buy it back with 0 sprite dust. released. Now, the more important thing I was going to mention here is on gym hours, we see a glimpse of the Gym Punk sprite. That is the only sprite that is currently in the files that did not end up releasing, and if we look here, gym sprites are out, right? We have the Gym Grim, Gym Aura. If we go through here, you know, I'm not for sure everything has gym, but we got like Gym 0 Point. The gym sprites have fully released except for Gym Punk, so originally people were thinking they're doing a last week surprise sprite drop. However, it appears that Epic Games have made the following statement just moments before I unpause the video, saying that Sprite Hunters, we accidentally showed a Gym Punk sprite on Gym Hours Day. However, this variant isn't available and won't be releasing on this day. Sorry for the confusion. So if you're someone out there who thought you had to log in that final week and that basically final day in order to grab the sprite before the new season, don't worry. There is not a shock surprise sprite drop happening next week, and you're clear to just grab them all now, have your mastery completed, and go on about your day. With that said, however, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Hope you're excited for Persona X Fortnite, and, you know, I'll catch you champs and champions tomorrow with even more teasers and goodies going on in the land of Fortnite. Until next time, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, use code FireMonkey in the Fortnite item shop to support me. As always, #ad, which your support actually does help it, believe it or not, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So until then, peace out.